Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and today we're going to review the 180mm Nikon AIS f2.8 lens. I want to just kind of go over some stuff before I get started. I'm going to be shooting it on the Z6. I've got it adapted with a simple plain adapter ring. It doesn't have any communications anyway, so there was kind of no point in doing that. The next thing is, Grant's has the original Nikon threaded on lens cap. I'm going to put this in the camera bag in a pocket and not get it back out the rest of the day until I'm done with the lens, because this thing is a legit nightmare to screw on and off of this lens. With a filter thread that fine, that big around, I think this is a 72mm filter. This thing it's difficult on a good day. Plus it's been dented at one spot. Looks like it's got a dent in it. Maybe it's the distortion of my glasses. No. Yeah, I can't tell for sure. But it doesn't want to go on and off real well. So it does have the metal lens cap though. The next thing about AIS lenses of the period are typically they have a lens hood built in from the factory. This is something you don't see anymore. Now it either ships with a removable lens hood or you have to buy one separately. And that's a nice touch from a vintage lens user standpoint. So not all lenses have a built-in lens hood, but this lens, okay, I need to preface this. This lens has seen heavy use, okay? This by no stretch of the word was a camera case queen, or was it babied. The front element is scarred. All of the exterior surfaces have heavy wear on them. The lens mount is wore through to the brass in places. I've never seen that on a lens before. The lens takes phenomenal photographs though. So we're gonna take it out. We're gonna take some pictures with it and let you see what they look like. But the lens is like 5 inches tall. It's like 2.5 inches in diameter. You can see it's enormous. And it's very heavy since it's f2.8 maximum aperture. When you go to 180mm at f2.8, there's a lot of glass in there. It balances well in the hand with the camera body mounted though, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how it produces on the Z6. It's really got me interested, so let's get out here and get some photos with it. Well, I've come up here to Coolidge Park and I was going to walk across the river. The art installations here are mostly interactive, and there's one right over here made out of old pieces of like foundry materials and gas cylinders and things like that. And they're over here banging on them with stuff, trying to play music. It's kind of hard to hear yourself think under those kind of conditions. I was going to see if I could get a photo. Yeah, they're still over here. Let's see. There's a lot of people out. It rained like cats and dogs earlier. When I started to do the intro, it just started to sprinkle good. Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and today we're going to review the and then once I got moving a little bit in it, it started picking up, and then it got to raining like mad, so now everything's soaking wet. The glass, even with it scarred up like it is, performs phenomenally. The lens is amazing, but it's got f2.8 to f32 in one-stop increments. The aperture ring, even though it's a little beat up and rough around the edges, still works really well. It's very heavy. The focus ring isn't very smooth on this particular sample. Like I said, this lens has lived hard. It focuses fine, everything works, but it's a little gritty. I think this was probably a lens used by like a press corps or something. That's what it acts like, but it works well enough. But I've shot one photo stop down so far with it just to show the comparison from f2.8 to f32, and you can see the depth of field difference in it. It's really interesting. Working with this lens, it's tough to get a good composition for a street photo. It just is. It's so long. I mean, I wind up trying to take distant photos with it more than anything, but it's almost uncomfortable for me to use, if that makes sense. It's a great lens. Surprisingly, with the wear and damage it has sustained, this lens produces incredible photos. Just kind of shocked. that how well it works. I was expecting there to be terrible artifacts, but there's not. All right, well, here's my final thoughts on the 180mm f2.8 AIS. The lens is an amazing piece of glass. If you don't mind manual focus and manual aperture, it takes phenomenal photos. Don't let anybody tell you you have to buy the latest and greatest lens that just came out with autofocus and nanocrystal coatings and all of that jazz that you can't get good photos. This lens takes insane photos, and it's rugged, and it takes insane photos. They're beautiful. So with that, this is David, the Georgia photographer. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe right down there. I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that button, and thumbs up be appreciated, if you like the video and all. And until next time, get your camera out and go take a picture with it. All right. Whew. Thing's a monster. Get this lens hood back on now. Yep, don't want to start. That's incredible. Yep, it's cross-threaded. Let's see. I don't know how he got that lens cap on and off. I'd have done bought a plastic one by now.